morning. I am so running behind today, and I'm super hungry. Normally don't eat this early in the morning. I have not been feeling that great, honestly, and so I've had a slow weekend. Yesterday. So how's everyone doing? I'm having a pumpernickel bagel with scallion cream cheese. Good morning, Melanie. And Anna visited me. We had a snow date. We had a sew date yesterday. And so I thought I had, oh, here, I'll take this. We had a sew date yesterday, and she brought me some bagels and cream cheese and some chicken salad. So we did not have to, I did not have to cook. I made some, there we go. I can see now. I made some hibiscus tea. Good morning, Quilt Wench and Dawn. And I got both of your emails, Dawn and Quilt Wench. I will get back to you. I thank you so much for both of you for everything that you're sending. Good morning, E. Marie. Been up and around your neck of the woods for meetings. Well, why didn't you contact me yesterday? The three Latinas could have been quilting yesterday. We sewed. I have a sewing machine here. I have plenty of fabric. You can go and do whatever. I'll catch you next time. Okay. I am home after school, so you're welcome to come after school. I am so after school, I'm ready. You just have to be here at 4 o'clock. After 4 o'clock, I'm all yours. So I'm feeling better today, so I'm going to work. So here is besides the bagels, you should look at this. This is her house. So she hand delivered me her house. Yes, I'm serious, E. Marie. You just have to email me and then that's it. Then I will be home. And I have my house all set up because we had a sew date yesterday, and at some point in the next weekend, I'm having someone come over. My son's girlfriend's grandmother is in town, and she's a quilter, so we'll sew. We're having a sew date. Hi, Jessica. Good morning, Joydy. So this is her house. I will put that up. And it's going to be real chill this morning because I'm not going to go over the top. And like I said, I'm not an early morning eater, but I was feeling all kinds of craziness. So this weekend, I saw you all on Saturday, and we opened up the Ginger Quilter box. Hi from Afghanistan. Good morning, Muhammad. And so I got super obsessed with this. I'm just going to tell you, got super obsessed. And I had the pattern packed away for Puerto Rico because this is a great way to use scraps. I do a holiday. It's like a holiday. They call it a fiber celebration. And it's very much set like a gallery. And then I have little things that can be purchased as well as the stuff that is, up for display. Yes, well, good evening to you. And so I thought my little stuff does the best there. And it's great because it gives me a little extra spending money for Christmas gifts. So I'm going to make a bunch of these because I sold almost all my little lap quilts and my table runners. So look, this is the original. This is what the box came with this. This is what yours should look like if you are making it per the box. Look, and this is the backing that she gave us. The only thing is I did the turn or the envelope method or the birthing method, whatever method you want to call it. I just did the inside out method and just ironed everything and pressed everything and then just quilted around the edges and in the ditch on the lines. Okay, and yes, there's even one in the center. So this is what yours should look like. If you choose too, she did send fabric for binding, but I used it on another one because I took these fabrics and the leftovers and I said, I can use that binding for the center and I'll make one that's red, white, and blue since this is an Americana quilt, right? Good morning, Sherry. And so here I took the full charms, the leftover pieces from the corners of that other thing, and I had an extra square that I can use for the corners of this. So I used the square, the extra square for the corners, and then I use the scraps from that tan. And then I use, because the binding was blue, I used the blue for the center, and then the extra little strip set that I had. She sent rickrack. And the rickrack is supposed to go on this one, but I actually liked the rickrack just to give this a little extra pizzazz. Good morning, Andrea, and congratulations. Good morning, Sean from Michigan. And anyone else? Here you go. So, yes, I know, Muhammad. I know. So here we are, and I stuck in here, you know, this. I just wanted to embellish, okay? So then we have that. And what I did was, this is a Lori Holt as well. It is from my stash. I was so happy. I have a bucket of Lori Holt. I pulled it out. It's not that big, but I pulled it out. I was excited to use it. So I have this, and I use this as the back because I just thought it looked nice, right? Lori Holt stuff, it works together. So we have that. Then from there, so I have, just mind you, this one, this out of the scraps, but you know I still had charm packs. And I still had those skinny pieces, and I was sewing the skinny pieces to the charm squares. Do you remember that? Well, after backing it, I had a little piece of this. This is the backing of the first one. And it gave me enough to use this and cut a half. I fudged these little things. I took a template of the other ones and I cut 1 and 2 and this. This is what I had left of the backing. Then what I had left of the center was again this piece and then these 2 corners here, 1 and 2. And then I took all the leftover charm squares that I have and it made this one. And then I had a little piece of rickrack and I said, I'm going to use that too. And I went ahead and put it. Maybe I would have done something a little different, but you know, I did it anyway. I actually love this one. So I said to Honey, when I had the 3 out and I took the pictures, don't you see they're totally different? Even though it's all the same fabric line, to me, it gave me different vibes. So to me, this gives me French provincial vibes, which is going to be great for the Puerto Rico table because my kitchen is French provincial with the dark navy blues and the golds. And we know what, some of us may know what I'm talking about. It's a I'm replying to Andrea's comment. When Lynn picks her thing, it's a random winner. It's not based on quilt numbers of quilts you're doing or whatnot. Yeah, yes, exactly. Good morning, Sean. So this one I love. This one I'm taking with me to Puerto Rico. And this is what I'm saying. Like, look at these two. This gives me country cottage. Okay, same fabric line. Country cottage, French provincial. Right? And then this, Americana. Red, white, and blue. So I didn't show you the back of this. I also had a piece of Lori Holt. The back needs a ½ yard, and I had a ½ yard of this. And again, you can see it has the blues, the golds, the reds. So there you go. So a patriotic fat quarter bundle. Oh, that's lovely. I probably would have, if I won, I would have probably made another quilt battle because they're so much fun to do. But you do so many quilts battle yourself, so that is so wonderful. And I have fabric here. I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy. I just do it for fun. So look at that. So I'm happy. So I have these 3. And then, so that's what I did on Saturday. I worked on this. And then on Sunday morning, put that here. Sunday morning, I'm cleaning. I'm still cleaning my room. Okay, my room is, I'm just trying to declutter and clean and put things where they need to be. I packed for Puerto Rico. I have 2 luggages done. I've been pulling other stuff out. I have, pulled stuff out so that needs to be packed in 2 other luggages. And then I have a surprise. Anna surprised me with something which I kind of knew about, but I'm not going to divulge, for me to take to Puerto Rico, and it's quilted related. So I don't know if you recall when I pulled out all those tops that need to be long armed, I pulled out this, and it was matted, but the back was raw edge. So when I was also cleaning, I found a roll of 2.5-inch long, like just sewn strips together, but the tiny, vertical instead of the horizontal, to make like scrappy binding. So I finished this finally. This was a quilt as you go project. And so what I did was I went ahead and put the scrappy binding on it. I don't know if you could see it. So I loved this. I love this. I don't do much of this, but I did love this. Let's see, it's 2-sided, how pretty and fun. Yes. And then what the leftover pieces, I ran out of the scrappy binding that I made, and then I went to my scrappy. So I have like where all my leftover bindings, so some pieces are like this, some pieces are like this, some pieces are like this, some is more. I started pulling out all my little pieces of leftover binding, joined those together, and then I use that for the binding. So it's got a scrappy binding as well. These are all little pieces of scraps. I was proud of myself. This has been hanging around for a very long time. So it was nice to, I'm trying to tackle those quilt tops. And this, even though this was quilted, it didn't have the back little strips or the sides. So that's done. And this is super, super scrappy, reversible. And I did this in Puerto Rico. Yes, I did this scrappy thing, I think, in Puerto Rico. All right, so then I don't know if some of you recall. So I'm staying seated for the most part. Basically what happened was Friday. Remember I said there was an Earth Day festival celebration and whatnot. I overdid it. Yes, I overdid it. I'm sure you're not surprised because I woke up on Friday's live like, wah! and that's how I spent my day. Wah! And I had not sat down until that evening. And I now know my limits. My body told me what my limits were this weekend. So here you are. So you recall this. I had a video on this and I quilted it. I think you've seen this was one of them that needed to be quilted. And I finally put the binding, and I did scrappy binding, and it was all the scraps left over from this quilt inside. So that was done. So I did these 2 projects. I woke up yesterday, I don't know, around 3:30, and I watched the Paranormal Poet because he was on. And Giovanna was on, and other of our peeps was on. It was kind of funny because the peeps were on. These quilts are breathtaking this morning. Well, thank you. Hablando de Puerto Rico, I was in the parade yesterday. I will email you the story, Leanna. Oh, yes, please do. I wish, are you still in town? Come on, girl, come today, 4 o'clock, 4, after 4 o'clock. I got pasteles. I got pasteles. I will put them in and cook for you. So yes, so yes, so that's that. And that's what we made for dinner last night, is pasteles, because that's easy. I mean, pasteles is this little treat, and I made them in Puerto Rico, and they're easy. You just dump them in the water and cook them for an hour, and you're good. It's not that much work. But anyway, so I did this. I was happy. And then Anna came over, and she's got her project she's working on. And then I have some things pulled out that I need to sew together, that when we went through pieces and parts of quilts, and I have them situated over there. So one day we'll go through that. But I will show you what I worked on, because actually it was Anna's fault. So if you're on here, it's your fault that I did that. All right. All right, so Anna says to me, oh, that is so cute, this little dress. And I said, oh yeah, that is a thing to put your, here. This is how it was displayed over there, sorry. I said, I found this in a thrift store. It is to put your clothespins in it. And I bought it for inspiration. It's not finished. There's things like coming off of it. And I paid $1 for this. It all, it all goes for good charity, right? So I said, I bought this so that I can figure out how to do something similar, because my mom wanted the bag to put her clothespins, because everybody in Puerto Rico has a line. Not many people have dryers there. So I bought this, and she saw it, and I was like, oh, good, thank you. I'm going to pack this away and bring it downstairs so I can work on these when I go to Puerto Rico. Then we got discussing about what I was going to make and work on. I'm going to move my food, because I normally don't have food in this room, but I was super hangry this morning, and I had to eat. So I said, you know what? I'm going to mess with this today. You're going to do your quilt. I'm going to mess with this. So I traced this roughly in a pattern. I didn't take it apart. Probably could have saved myself a lot. And then I started with the first prototype. So the first prototype was this. Okay, I did this, cut this out, sewed this, and she goes, Leanna, you have to put the stuff on there first so all the stuff gets hidden in. And she's right. And I was like, oh, well, it's already put together. I wasn't going to undo it. So I got my bag of ribbons that Lynn from Soft Squares gifted me, and I put little ribbons on there. See, I put this little ribbon and this one and the one around the neck and the one at the bottom. Now, this little guy, when you look at it, nothing is finished. It's just sewn regular, and these are already fraying. Well, I had decided, because of durability, that I was French seaming and everything. So everything in here is a French seam. Everything is a French seam. And then I figured I'm going to put these buttons. Look at these buttons. Aren't those buttons cute? I have these buttons. And I'm going to stitch these buttons on here. Okay. I'm going to do it like this. And I pulled the orange to bring the orange out here and the purple. So I'm going to have it like this. Let's see. Can I do that? Yeah, like this. And then she says, oh my gosh, that is so cute. People in Puerto Rico are going to go crazy over those, because this is like a little bata. It's like a little nightgown when you put the little buttons on it. So, so I'm so excited. So this is my bata version of the stuff here. Okay. So I'll have these. I'm going to do that. of course, my mother already put, and she goes, can you do me a favor? Can you make me one that matches for my dish detergent bottle? I was like, oh my gosh, Mom, I don't make clothes and stuff like that, but I'll figure it out. She wants a little tiny bata for her her dish soap by the kitchen. All right, so that was my first one. So the second one was, like Anna said, put the stuff on there first. But when I made my prototype, if you notice, the arms are up here and the waist is down here, where here, the arm and the waist. So I didn't realize that until after, right? I had cut it out. And again, so I had decided I put this in and put this in. And here I put this in, but then I ended up putting a piece of ribbon here because I couldn't get this the way to fall the way I wanted. What is nata? Oh, bata. Bata. It's a Puerto Rican word for house coat. You know, when I wear those house coats in Puerto Rico, they're called batas. So that's what Anna was saying, Andrea, to make extra money, since you all know I need to make some extra money. And then here I have the little apron. So this is another version. This is more like maid-like, I feel. But it's cute and it's old. My mom is already... So now my super favorite is the way I'm going to make it. So I made a third one in a different way. Again, all of them have the French seams inside so that they'll stay durable. My honey thinks I should make some out of outdoor material. I don't have much outdoor material, so whatever. And being that where my house is, it's zoned commercial, and I have a parking lot. So I can hang these all on my chain link fences where the parking area is a chain link fence. I'm gonna put, you know, a full one. I could put these out there and then people can come in and park. And look at this. So this is a combination. This is using ribbons, okay? And then just a piece of material like this. This is also a scoop neck, and I didn't put anything on the scoop neck. I made it a little bigger, so, and this a little longer, so you can get really into there. Yes, muumuus, batas, that's it. House coat is all that. Yes, that's all that. Good morning, Magda. So I'm gonna make some of these using, what I had decided to do is I'm gonna cut out the actual dress part. Like this part, I'm gonna cut the dress part out here because I have a big stash here. In Puerto Rico, only have scraps. And then use scraps for this and bring the ribbons that Soft Squares gave me and then ribbons that I have, okay, to embellish. So yeah, so I'm thinking I like this. This is much easier to do, still has the French seams, so it'll be more economical. And then, like Anna said, you put a package, buy a bunch of packages of clothespins, and then you could put the clothespins on there so people see they get a whole little set. So yeah, so I'm happy. So this is what I worked on yesterday. She's making the Fabric Cafe Showstopper quilt. So is there a bag on that? A bag? Yes. Yep. See? And it doesn't need a seam because I cut it. And this one not. This one has a seam. But I was like, oh, that is so inventive. So I cut it with the fold so that we don't have to ever worry about seams breaking. How much would you sell them for in Puerto Rico? Are their prices comparable to here? No, Joydy, I would have to sell them cheaper. But I'm going to make a bunch of these to also try to sell at that holiday booth thing that I do as well. So it'll give me something to do in Puerto Rico, maybe a little extra spending money for the house. And I think they're cute. And then Anna came up with a great idea too, that I can use orphan blocks to decorate. So, you know, sky's the limit. Hi, Bernie. Sure. So yeah, so this is where I'm at. And Melanie, it wasn't your quilt. It was Maria Taylor. I looked at it really quick because I'm like, I thought it said Melanie. It was Maria Taylor. I don't know who Maria Taylor is, but she had some cute panel quilts up. All right, so that is what I worked on. And so these are going to go with me because one is going to go for my house. One's going to go for my mom's. And, you know, whoever else may need one. So I'm going to put these away. Oops. So I have different styles. I actually like the bot. I think I'm definitely going to make that with like the little apron. But I also going to make some that are like this with the buttons. Bata style. Because that's super cute too. So now I'm going to play with, I guess, making a detergent bottle apron. I've seen them when I was little, I think, at craft fairs. So I'm pretty sure I could probably find something on the internet. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think I'm going to do that. Those would be adorable clothespin bags. That's exactly what we're using them for, Linda. They're going to be clothespin bags. All right. So Kaleidoscope quilts. Christina sent me Kaleidoscope quilt. She sent me her box. But prior to that, I had ordered some, and I was going to surprise you all and do them camping. And then, as you know, I didn't get to them camping. So, oh, this was the March box. Remember we made this? That was the March box. This is the May box I'm opening, I think. All right, so this is what I personally ordered. I personally bought this stuff and ordered it. This was called Butterfly Magic Florals, and it was a pre-cut Kaleidoscope blocks. It makes 12 5-inch blocks. And, of course, they're all going to be different. So I had that. And then I bought what they call a Kaleidoscope Quilting Sample Pack. And it says, we want to thank you for your purchase of our pre-cut Kaleidoscope Sample Pack. While we have many full-size quilts and block kits that our customers love, we have many requests for small packs for seasoned quilters as well as our new customers that really want to try out our pre-cut Kaleidoscope blocks for the first time, but understandably do not want a full-size quilt. So it has everything in it. Look at it. This is it. And it has the batting. So it has everything I would need in here. I'll open this up. So yeah, so I had gotten a gift, right, I'd gotten a gift to be able to purchase this, not from her, from someone else. And so when I went on, I found some cool things to order on the site. This is it. So here are these 2 blocks, and these make mug rugs. So you see, they make little mug rugs. And in here is, oh, the fusible, it's fusible fleece, I guess, backing, and then I guess binding is my guess here. Okay, as I remember seeing those, oh, there's a crocheted ones, but it's been a while, crocheted ones. Detergent bottle cover crocheted, I loved it. I was late because I was watching Jessica's Dresden quilt video. Oh, okay, I'll have to look that up. You're never late. You know that. Does Angelica make the crocheted detergent bottle covers? I don't know. I'm going to ask her because then I'm just going to have her make them because I don't really like little projects, okay, and I want to do these because I can use my scraps and it'll be a good extra money. But if she could make the crocheted bottle ones, that would be great. And then I could sell them in Puerto Rico for her too. Good morning, Nikki. So yeah, so with my gift, my little gift that I had gotten, I went and purchased these Tropical Floor. This one's called Tropical Floor and the other one's called Butterfly Magic Kit. All right, so I'm going to put... Now, see if I can get this back in there. And I bought that so that we could do this during camping. Never happened. These might actually end up going with me to Puerto Rico, to tell you the truth, because little projects like this, already pre-cut, really good. Good for travel. All right, so we have that. Now let's get to the box. Now this she did send me for review. I can send you a picture of mine. I would buy some for myself in gifts. Well, then I will tell her to start making them because she's looking for things. She wants to know what people want. So Kaleidoscope Quilting. I did open the box, but I didn't go through it. So this is what it looks like. So when she sends her boxes, she sends them in a plastic bag. so they don't get damaged. Again, it says, Leanna, thank you so much in advance. You had done a box opening for me before. Here it is. She had an extra May box, and I'm sending it along for you to open on your channel. She does have, of my understanding, one of these boxes left, maybe two. I'm not sure. But always, if you don't see it on the website, you just have to give her a call. When you go on her site, which is labfabrics.com, when you go on her site for labfabrics.com, on the very bottom, it gives you the phone number of the place. Okay, so this is the spiel. Our premium box, which is what I have, is a bi-monthly, and the cost is $59.95, which does include shipping. Each box offers a brand new kit, many different techniques and block sizes, a quilting notion, an additional of 2 or 3 item coordinating with the box theme. Once you become a member and continue being a subscriber, your price will never change. You will be locked in at the price when you sign up. If you ever, though, unsubscribe and then resubscribe, you'll be charged the price at that time. Also, a subscriber, you will get the first chance at 20% discount on any remaining kits, fabrics, and contents of that month's box. One lucky subscriber will open their box and find a $50 e-gift certificate. So it would be great getting the box for free that month. Subscribers get sneak peeks and special offers and a beautiful reusable box. But we also offer a basic bi-monthly subscription, and the cost is $34.95. And again, this does include shipping and the same thing. Some members choose this option and it is a lower cost, or they just want the pre-cut kit and can do without all the extra goodies. So for information, go on her website, which is www.labfabrics.com, and click on the subscription. After this live, I will go in and drop the link. And if you do decide to shop or anything, if you don't mind letting her know that that I sent you, that Leanna sent you, that'd be great. I see Jose, and I got to go back. Good morning, Jose. How are you? Remember the crochet toilet paper and tissue covers? They were so cute. Oh yes, with the little doll, right? And then the little dress. They still have those. They still rock those proudly in Puerto Rico. Proudly. As a matter of fact, I might need one of those because that's a proud thing to have in Puerto Rico, right on top of your toilet. I remember them, and I remember like people thinking they were tacky, but there's something very cute about them. Oh, brings me back memories. I remember those, Joydy, and they had a Barbie. Yes, box covers. Good morning, Barb. Good morning, Catherine. Good morning, Vintage Style by Joe. Okay, so look, she always has a pretty sticker on there. Look at that pretty sticker. All right, we're going to open this up, and here we go. Kaleidoscope Quilting May 2025 subscription box. It's called Butterfly Calypso. Ooh, we're making a table runner, mug rugs, and a matching apron. So there we are. Okay, so this month's feature brings a beautiful fresh fabric line called Butterfly Calypso from Benner Tex. The colors are so fresh and common, just perfect for this time of year. The box will make, this box will make having a picnic so much fun and easy. So I'm just going to go in. I'm not going to read all this because you're going to see it. Ready? Here we go. So the first thing I have here is the Butterfly Calypso Table Runner and Mug Rugs. Look at that. And there's fabric here and fabric here. So that's cool. Then we have blue Laffy Taffy. Everything old becomes new again. Yes. Thank you for sending it, Linda. Send it my way. We have little tags to put on our stuff. We have a little ant because she was saying something about picnicking. And I can never have enough of these. So I have little ones, but this is 144 inches. I have one yellow one that you see over there, and I don't have one in Puerto Rico. So this is going to come with me. Isn't that? That's so cool. Oh, look. Oh, this is like canvas. Oh, this is thick. Very, very thick. Oh, this is definitely canvas. This is really thick. This is like serious apron. And it is. It's Benartex Butterfly Calypso by Greta Lynn. And it's Oric Tech Confidence Standard 100. So we have that. This is gorgeous. And you know, I packed, because I said I don't have aprons in Puerto Rico, and I packed one that was like French provincial, but because my house is got this dark blue, I'm gonna have to make this too for that. Look at that. All right, so we have that. And then we have chicken salad sandwiches. And I have my little ring here. Part of my problem was Friday I lifted. I really started thinking what I did to myself. I was lifting and on my feet all day. I need to remember to take care of my body. So I remember she started off with this, so I have all my little recipes on here. All right, so I'm gonna come over here. Let's see what we could do here. Thank you, Christine, for sending this my way. She does watch my videos. I really appreciate it. It's a godsend for me to get boxes that I could do. Can you buy older patterns and kits from them? Yes, Joydy. And they have other stuff too. They have full kits for, you know, beds and stuff. And if you don't see what you want on there, I'm telling you, give her a call or send her an email, because that's what I did, because I only saw the sample packs in like this one, and she goes, no, there's lots of different ones. You just got to kind of hit it. You know, you can put in the search engine sample packs, and then up comes a bunch of different options than the one that's featured. Same thing with those other blocks I've gotten. I just basically, I hit all the different ones because I see different things in different categories. All right, so let's go with this. And the directions are on here. So here we go. Cut, and what time is it? Oh, it's already 8 o'clock. Okay, I'm not making this, but I'm going to read the directions. Cut out pieces along the outer edge. Finish all raw edges using a serger or a zigzag stitch. Waist and neckties. Turn under and press a 1/4 inch hem on both long sides and one short side. Turn under, press, stitch a 1/2 inch hem around the apron front. And with the apron right side up, position the unstitched edges. Okay. All right. I'm wondering, I may line this, actually. I may take this and line this quilt, this whole thing with, because, you know, I always like to make things. I just got a serger from his mother, so I could serge it, but I'm thinking maybe I could cut a 1/4 inch away or 1/2 inch away and do a lining for this. And then it'll be a reversible apron, because, you know, I like to give myself a lot of work here. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to make this reversible. Sean, where do you get the time to do all the things that you do? You're amazing. Well, thank you. I wake up early in the morning, and then I just get into my sewing room. I won't even show you the other stuff I work with, because I think you think I don't. I'll show you one more thing. Two more things I've been working on this weekend. I promise you. I have had to sit a lot this weekend, so I've sat a lot in this chair. We line ours at work too. It's pretty on display. Yeah, I'm going to line this. Good morning, Raven. So here. So this I started working on when I went camping. So I'm not taking credit for doing all this weekend because I did start this again while I was camping, meaning I cut it out. I sewed all these triangles. I'm going to tell you where this, because this was also something that was gifted to me from another quilt shop. And I just got another email that they're mailing me another box. So when that box comes in this week, I will reveal where this came from. And there is going to be a special code for 20% off. Actually, no, I could reveal this now because I gave you a 20% off code. That other box that's coming is another 20% off code, but for different items. So this is 20% off her store. This is Carmen's Quilt Shop. And so this is what this one block looks like, and this is what the other block looks like. And I'm not sure if I sewed this when I was at the canal and that barge went through. That's where I was sewing this. And I am this here came from my stash, and this came from my stash, but all the bright colors came from her shop. So this is it. And the pattern, in case if anyone is interested, I am making this. I got a lot of stuff to link once I get off of here, because I have to link this too with the promo code. So this is called Granny's Secret. Granny's Secret. So that's this that I'm working on. And then this I've been cutting this weekend. And during the week I did some cutting. And this is the Creative Notions box. Now these three ladies, Creative Notions, Carmen's Quilting, Kaleidoscope, and Soft Squares, those are not affiliate codes. Those are codes so that you can get percentages off, not Soft Squares, but the or the other one. It's only for Carmen's. But these 3 or 4 shops, you have to let them know that I sent you, just so that they know where their customers are coming from. But here it is. So now this quilt, you need 20 of these blocks. 20. Do you see all these half square triangles? Yes, this is half square triangle on steroids. There are so many half square triangles. It's not even funny. So Marie, if you like this, go back to my Creative Notions box opening. She told me she has, I think, 1 or 2 of these boxes, but you have to call Creative Notions to get it. She does not have it on the website, of my understanding. You have to call her. And here are all the different flower tops. I only have made 10 of these pieces. I have to still make 10 more. And then these are the leaf sections. And there's just so many half square triangles. So I am going to do a tutorial on this, because here is one of the units with the stem. And I organized this. This is going to be a whole other video, because you have to be organized with this. And I use plates. I've had these for years. You have to put things on plates to keep things. This goes on here. I put this. So I put all my tops here, this here, these pieces here. But I'm just going to show you. Everything gets organized on a plate. I have these pieces here so that you have all your half square triangles. organized. And I have them all in here too, right? So I just take, and these, so all these have all the pieces I need to construct, because you need to do big half square triangles and then little half square triangles. And then you have these units, those are the stem units. Now these were my extras, but they're not extra because I still need to make 10. I still have to cut out and make 10 more blocks. I only did 10. So I have plenty of fabric here to work on that. And how I did this, and I will show you on a video, is very unique because we are going to be using this clearly slotted ruler or the cozy, I had the cozy strip ruler. Let's see where it is. It might not be right here right now, but there it is. Or the cozy strip ruler. They both have the measurements. And what I do is I start with strips of fabric, different lengths. This is not 2.5 inch strips. I'm just letting you know, it may look like it, but it's not. And I sew them into a tube, meaning I sew this side and that side. And then I use these rulers to cut them out. And then I get half square triangles already cut and trimmed right to the perfect size. I think that really is the only way to do this efficiently, where you can get as many triangles as you need without going out of your mind with drawing lines in the tube, which is great. Love that technique. I use it all the time. I rarely ever use the strip tube all the time, and I'll tell you why, because everything is on the bias. So you have to be careful with pressing. You have to be careful with constructing it because things can go out of whack. You know, you're gonna have to starch a little with best press just to kind of get things a little bit more stiff. But it goes by really quick. You can get a whole lot of half square triangles. You see here? Oh, where is the ends? Okay. I thought I had the little end pieces. I must not. But in any case, because there's just so many half square triangles, one has to find a way to do this. Okay? So that's how we constructed this. And then that's the pattern. I'm gonna bring this closer so that I can read. You love that pattern. That's good. I definitely love the Kaleidoscope quilts. I have to look at my budget. Yes. Mingham. Good morning. I hope I said that right. I love my clearly slotted rulers. I used the clearly slotted rulers for the first time last week. I needed to spray it with Grippy. It slides too much for my liking. Now it's wonderful. I have to order some of that Grippy. Everybody keeps talking about this Grippy. I need Grippy. Starch is your friend when doing HSTs. Yes. Good morning, Sandy. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing. Been really chilling out. And the other thing is I haven't been cooking. So because I haven't been cooking, that means I don't have a lot of like dishes to wash. It's been a lot of eat and go. I was going to cook for Anna, but then she brought the food to my house and hey, I didn't have to cook. And that's the way it is. Me too. Gripping the cart. Yes, I need Grippy then because it does slide. You're right. It does. And Grippy, I think, would be great on everything. Maybe. House question. I want to make one and get it to you, but I am afraid it will not get to you before the deadline. Are you going to get it done before you go to PR? Well, it all depends on how many houses. I need to have houses, like lots of houses in order to put it. So right now I only have 5 houses. Oh, let me show you. Talking about houses. Let me take a second and show you more houses. These are houses I made. So don't worry about it. I'm not leaving until July 1st. I just put a loose deadline there because I figured there's going to be stragglers. It's like at school when we say when we give the kids a project and we say it's due the 15th, really we don't even display them or anything until like the end of the month. But it's just a guideline so that, because if we said June 24th, then I wouldn't get projects until July, you know, whatever. So I'm thinking when I said July 15th, I'm thinking, yeah, they're going to keep straggling in. Let's see. So here we are. That's something else. So when I was cleaning, I came across these. I was like, oh, this is the perfect time to find these. Good morning, Tera, maybe. I'm hoping. Good morning. I'm making so many quilts right now that I keep forgetting about this house. Good morning, Teresa. So, and it doesn't have to be a house. It could be, look, I came across my pile. So I have a house quilt from my community of ladies that I've been swapping fabric with for years and years and years. So I have that quilt and I display it a lot on my door. And then I decided I wanted trees, so it's trees and houses. And then I thought how that would be great here. It could be a butterfly. It could be anything you want it to be, Andrea. It's just something that's this size that will go in the quilt for our community. So I had houses. And then I have pieces of stuff here. And I have more of this. And so here are some houses. These are houses. Are these houses? Some of these houses are houses I made and sent them. Because the swap was a lot of people. And then I got obsessed to use my scraps. And then these were ones that I've had for years that I said one day I'm going to do something with. So these were some of my houses. I made all these from my scraps. And the only thing is that they wanted something, a peekaboo door. So there had to be something in the door. So that's why you're seeing wild things in the doors. Because I had to find wild things. Like, look, these have deer in the door. This one has hats. So it had to be a novelty print of some sort in the door. And of course, you know, me with my glitter, all of this has glitter on it. This one has wolves. This one has an egg. So again, I just went crazy. What I ended up doing is when I was doing theirs, I was using a scrap bucket and I said, I'm using this whole bucket up. So I used that whole bucket on these houses. Look at that little guitar. And what I'm thinking I may do actually is make a bunch of these as mug rugs to sell in that little place as well. Make it up, Melanie. Nothing here. This is everybody's house is different. You do not, this house here, as a matter of fact, with the chickens right up here, is not this is someone else's pattern. It's just that the house measures that. You can have a wonky house. You could do whatever you want. Whatever you want. You can make a wonky, whatever. You have an embroidery machine. You can set your embroidery machine on making a house right on it. You do not have to follow. I just gave you a pattern in case if you needed one. But you do whatever it is you want. As long as that house measures the measurement that's in the measurement we had decided on. Look at this Look at this little toucan. That's too cute. Oh, and this little giraffe. These are fabrics, really old fabrics of mine. That's why I brought this out when I saw this. I was like, oh, I should show them. That's up to you if you want to sign the block. I have some that have embroidered their name in the block. I started trying to make my fabric more manageable. I found 3 more whips, so good morning, Deanne. And stopped trying to manage the mess and started on yes, that's probably the best way, right? So it's all totally up to you. Look at that guy. He's so cute. Peeking out. Let's see. This one, I think we've done this here. Oh, look at this little guy. He's peeking out saying hi. And I have another one. I have a fish in this one. I have an elk in this one. Look at this. This one I have 2 solids and a different color on the top and bottom. So it's whatever I have is what I made. I have a lot of houses. Holy crow, I didn't even know I had this many houses. Look at that. Ooh, a little goose. A little goose is on our way. I have flowers in this one. Flowers in this one. Okay, now this is a stack of some that were sent to me that I did not make, but these were sent to me from the community. This is my swapping community. Like, they just sent me extra. And see, this person has a different house. Look at their house. It's very different than this house. You just come up and do whatever you want to do. And then I have all these trees. Lots and lots of trees. Clearly, I was making more trees. And these, if I don't get trees from y'all, I'll probably throw these trees in. Just so that they get used up. I will add to them so that they are the size of the same block. Hold on. So they're the size of the block that it needs to be. So we have a little bit of trees in our community. Again, I totally made this up. As you could see, all the different colors, all the different fabrics. I don't have a pattern for this. I'll tell you what I did. I took a 5-inch square and then I just kind of eyeballed it wonky, threw a piece of white scrap, pulled it back, trimmed it all. I made bottoms like this. Look, made bottoms like this and then put them on the bottom and then just trimmed the block down. That is how I made this. So these are wonky trees. No pattern, just a wonky tree. And good morning, Johnny. Good morning, Boogie. Oh, we pray that you have a wonderful weekend too. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking that this may be cute for mug rugs or maybe pot holders, because my pot holders, I sell so many pot holders. That's probably what I should do with these houses too, is make pot holders out of them. And my scraps. So anyway, so those are ideas. I have them here. I found this whole thing when I was cleaning. I have found 3 bags of stuff that I have been on an adventure. And I bought stuff at thrift stores because I just had the money to buy it. Which means like I had to have this thing that I had to just get it. But I never unpacked them. So we may be unpacking bags. Because there's about 3 of them that I have to go through. Of stuff from last year's camping trip and this year's camping trip. So, you know, I'm just, you know, trying to clean up, put things away. But anyway, everyone have a wonderful day. It's 8:08 on my end. And now I'm tired, but I have to go to work. So I'm going to go finish up eating my bagel, get ready for work. And I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Pass it forward. If you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and share my channel. I hope these houses gave you inspiration. You could do whatever tickles you, okay? Whatever you want. You want a boat in there? A boat it will be. See you soon. Bye-bye.